Good afternoon, Linda. It's always a pleasure to see you. I hear you've got some wisdom to share with us today.
Ah, Alex, come in, come in. Wisdom, you say, just stories from a life of struggle and love. What brings you here?
We're talking about life advice today. Lessons that can inspire a better 2025. Your story has touched so many lives, especially with how you've turned challenges into opportunities.
Life doesn't give you much choice when you're poor. You either sink or swim. I chose to swim, though the water was often cold and deep.
That's what makes your story remarkable. What's the most important lesson you've learned?
First, value relationship over riches. Money comes and goes. But the love and support of your family and friends, that's priceless. I was poor, but my neighbors shared their rice when I had none. It's because we cared for each other.
That's beautiful. How did you foster those connections?
You must be present for people. Even when you're tired or overwhelmed, you show up. When my children were young, I'd sit outside with the neighbors after a long day just to talk. Those small moments of connection built a community that we could rely on in hard times.
Community support sounds invaluable. But how did you manage with so little?
Creativity, my dear, turned scarcity into opportunity. When I couldn't afford toys for my children, I made dolls from old fabric scraps. They loved them more than anything you could buy. Poverty forces you to be inventive.
That's inspiring. Did you ever find joy in those creative moments?
Always. There is a certain pride in making something out of nothing. My children's laugh as they played with those dolls was my reward. It taught me that joy doesn't come from what you have, but from how you use it.
That's a powerful perspective. But what about hope? Was it ever hard to keep dreaming?
Oh, dreams are free, Alec. I told my children to dream big even when we had empty rice bowls. I dreamed of a better life for them, and that dream kept me going.
Did your children embrace that mindset?
Yes, they did. My eldest son became a teacher. He said my stories of resilience inspired him to help others. It's proof that dreams, even in the hardest times, can light the way forward.
That's incredible. And gratitude. You've mentioned it often in the past. How did it shape your outlook?
Gratitude is everything. Even when we only had sweet potatoes for dinner, we thank the earth for providing. Gratitude gives you strength. It keeps bitterness away, even in hard times. I taught my children to be thankful for every small blessing.
How did you teach them that?
Through example, I would gather them around and say, look at this food. Someone grew it, the rain watered it, and now it's here to nourish us. When you frame life that way, even the simplest things feel miraculous.
That's such a grounding practice. And generosity, you've always said it's crucial.
Yes, even when you have little, give what you can. It might be a kind word, a helping hand, or a meal to share. Generosity multiplies, it comes back in ways you'd never expect.
Can you share an example of that?
Oh, many, but one stands out. Once I gave my last bowl of rice to a neighbor whose child was sick. The next day, another neighbor brought me vegetables from their garden. It's a cycle of kindness that sustains everyone.
That's such a moving story. Looking ahead, what do you think will be the life-changing gift for people in 2025?
Opportunity. If you give someone a chance, education, a skill, a small loan, it changes everything. When I was 50, a neighbor taught me how to make herbal teas to sell. That little skill fed my family. 2025 should be about giving others that same chance.
So it's about empowering others.
Exactly. Teach someone to fish, as they say, but also believe in their potential. Sometimes a kind word of encouragement can be just as powerful as material help.
If you could say one thing to everyone watching this, what would it be?
Life is hard, but Your spirit doesn't have to be. Value people, dream big, be grateful, and never stop giving. And remember, opportunity is the best gift. Give it, and you'll change lives.
Linda, can you tell us about a time when life tested you the most?
There were many, but the hardest was during the floods of 1985. Our home was washed away. I had three young children to care for, and we lost everything except the clothes on our back. But even then, our community came together. A neighbor gave us shelter, another shared their food. That's when I truly understood the value of relationships.
How did you rebuild after such a loss?
Slowly. I worked as a seamstress, stitching clothes for people in the village. I saved every penny I earned. But more than that, I leaned on the support of others. When you're humble enough to accept help and strong enough to give it back, you create a cycle of resilience.
That's profound. What advice would you give to young people today who feel disconnected from their communities?
Start small, be present, join your neighbors for a meal, or help someone with a task. These little acts build trust and connection over time. In this digital age, people forget the power of face to face kindness.
Speaking of the digital age, how do you think technology can support your vision for 2025?
Technology is a tool. It can spread knowledge and connect people, but it's only as good as the heart behind it. Use it to share skills, to inspire, to create opportunities. Don't let it replace real relationships.
Wise words. Finally, what's your hope for the next generation?
My hope is that they remember these lessons, value what matters, never stop dreaming, and give generously. If they carry these values forward, 2025 will be brighter for everyone.
Linda, your words today have been a gift in themselves. As we look ahead, do you think these lessons, gratitude, generosity, and dreaming big, are enough to face the challenges of the modern world?
They are the foundation, Alex. The modern world is full of new challenges, climate change, inequality, loneliness. But these principles have stood the test of time. They are the roots that anchor us no matter how strong the storm. Yet each generation must adapt these lessons to their own reality.
What kind of adaptations do you think are needed now?
The young people today are gifted with tools we never had. Technology, for example, can amplify kindness and opportunity. A small loan to a struggling farmer or a free online class for a student. These can change lives, but it requires balance. Don't let the speed of modern life replace the depth of human connection. A message on the screen is not the same as a warm embrace.
That's a powerful reminder. So, it's about using technology wisely while preserving humanity.
Exactly. Use the tools of today to uplift others, but don't forget to look up from your screen and truly see the people around you. When I shared my last bowl of rice, I didn't calculate. I simply cared. That's the heart of generosity. Whether it's through a digital platform or face to face, that same spirit must guide us.
And what about when people feel overwhelmed by the world's problems? How can they keep moving forward?
Start small, one act of kindness, one dream, one lesson shared. Change doesn't come all at once. It comes from planting seeds, nurturing them, and waiting patiently for them to grow. When the floods took everything from me, I didn't rebuild. I stitched one dress, then another. I found joy in each small step.
That's such a comforting thought, that even small actions can create big change over time.
Yes, Alex, and remember, every person you help becomes a part of that change. My son, the teacher, helps dozens of students every year. The ripple effects of one dream, one opportunity are endless.
It's a beautiful cycle. Before we go, is there anything you'd like to say to the younger generation watching this?
to the young people, I say, be brave in your dreams, be kind in your actions, be grateful for every lesson, even the hard ones, and above all, never lose hope. Life may test you, but it will also reward you if you live with purpose and heart. The world needs your light. Don't be afraid to let it shine.
That's such a powerful message, Linda. On behalf of everyone watching, thank you for sharing your wisdom and stories with us today.
Thank you, Alex. And remember, the most important stories are the ones you live. Go out and make them count.
I'll carry that with me, and I hope everyone watching will too. Here's to a 2025 full of dreams, gratitude, and opportunity. Thank you, Linda.
My pleasure, Alex. Go well.
Linda, I'm curious. You've lived through so much change. What do you think is the biggest lesson the modern world needs to embrace?
Patience, Alex. Everyone wants quick results now, quick money, quick success, quick connections. But life's most precious gifts take time. Relationships, skills, even dreams. They all need time to grow and flourish. When I was young, I learned to tend a garden. You plant a seed, water it daily, and wait. It doesn't bloom overnight, but when it does, it's worth every bit of effort. That's how life is.
That's such a refreshing perspective. So it's about nurturing what matters most.
Exactly. And that includes yourself. Take time to grow, to learn, to rest. I see many young people working so hard that they forget to enjoy life. Success without joy is an empty victory. Make time for laughter, for friends, for moments those are the treasures that truly matter.
Speaking of laughter, were there moments during your hardest times that made you smile?
Oh, plenty. During the floods, when we had lost everything, my children and I made a game of collecting rainwater. We laughed as we splashed around in the puddles. It was a simple, silly moment, but it reminded us that even in dark times, there is light if you look for it. Laughter is a gift you can give yourself at any time.
That's so heartwarming. Finding light in the darkness must have been a key to your resilience.
It was, and it's something anyone can do. Look for the small blessings, a kind word, a meal, a sunny day. When you focus on these, the big problems don't seem so overwhelming. Life will always have storms, but your ability to find the rainbows makes all the difference.
That's such a beautiful metaphor. If you could give one more piece of advice to the audience, what would it be?
Share your blessings, Alex. Whether you have little or much, give what you can. It could be a smile, a skill, or your time. Generosity isn't about how much you have. It's about how much you care. When you give, you create connections, and those connections become your strength in life.
That's a lesson I think everyone can benefit from. Thank you again, Linda, for your incredible stories and insights. They're truly life-changing. Absolutely.
Thank you, Alex.
Let's all
Remember,
take these
the best
lessons
way
to
to
heart
honor these
and make the
lessons
world a better
is to
place,
live them. Take
one
care of each
small
other,
action
and
at a time.
2025
Thank you,
will
Linda.
be a brighter year for everyone.
By following Linda's wisdom, valuing relationships, embracing creativity, nurturing dreams, practicing gratitude, and sharing opportunities, we can all make 2025 a year of hope and transformation. Life's toughest challenges teach resilience and gratitude. A poor mom's wisdom: value relationships, dream boldly, and share generously, shows us the power of hope. Opportunity is the life-changing gift of 2025, transforming lives and inspiring futures. Subscribe to LEVVA for more uplifting stories and lessons to empower your journey forward.